What's up guys, Shane Starnes here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 4K Indoor Cam Dual. This is an all-new wired security camera by eufy, which has not only a 4K wide-angle lens, but also a secondary telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom and 8x digital zoom. This could definitely be a game changer for indoor security cameras. Big shout outs to eufy for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and get started. First up, let's go ahead and get this out of the box and see what all we're working with. Front and center, we've got the Indoor Cam S350. All right, so there is the actual camera. We've got a quick start guide plus a template if you were going to mount this on the wall. We've got a box of accessories here. Looks like we have our power brick as well as some mounting gear. This also came with a 6-foot USB-A to USB-C cable. This is a wired camera. If you need a longer cable, those will be super easy to find since this is USB-C. Let's go ahead and get this set up. First up, we're going to go ahead and log into the eufy application. Then we'll go ahead and plug in our power supply. All right, when you got power, you'll see a light. In the application, we'll hit this plus button to add the camera. We're looking at wired camera. And we're looking at the Indoor Camera S350. We'll add this to my existing home. And in this instance, I'm going to be connecting it to a router. All right, now it wants me to scan the QR code. All right, so we'll scan that. Okay, next it says to hold the sync button. All right, you'll find the sync button right there on the bottom next to where this plugs in. Okay, now it's connecting our phone to the camera. Next up, we need to go ahead and log into Wi-Fi. And just like that, we are all set up. The number one concern when it comes to a security camera has to be the video quality. And this is hands down the best video quality that I've ever seen on an indoor security camera. Most cameras out there on the market have either 1080p or 2K recording and image quality. The 4K Indoor Cam Dual definitely provides a higher quality image with that 4K wide angle lens. The 4K wide angle lens gives you a 130-degree field of view, so you're going to be able to get more in the image. Within the application, you can access a 4K live video feed and 4K streaming whenever you're away from home. This even has an option for 4K continuous recording, meaning you're not going to miss any important details or actions that happen in a certain event. You can always go back to a specific time and find every bit of detail and information that you need from an event that's happened. The secondary lens is really what makes the security camera stand out. It has a dedicated telephoto zoom lens that's capable of a 3x optical zoom and even an 8x hybrid zoom. So within the application, you've got two options, the 1x and the 3x. That's how you're going to switch between cameras. And then you can zoom in even further by pinching to zoom within the application up to 8x. That way you can see exactly what's going on and really getting close to the action. I feel like the dedicated telephoto lens is a game changer here because usually with one lens solutions, you would have to crop in on an image. And even if your camera supports 2K or 1080p, by the time you crop in on a specific detail or aspect of an image, you're gonna lose tons of quality. So having that dedicated zoom means that you're gonna get full quality up to 3x and even really good usable quality even at 8x zoom with that dedicated telephoto lens. This means you'll be able to zoom in on a person's face and get all the details if it's an intruder, or maybe if it's a service person that's in your home and they're wearing a name tag, you could zoom in on that name tag or company logo. Both lenses are f1.6 aperture, which means they're able to absorb 20% more light, meaning you can see details and faces from up to 30 feet, even in lower light situations. The camera does feature infrared night vision, so if it's completely pitch black dark, this will still record all your images in great clarity. So this is able to keep your house secure whether it's day or night. Within the application, you have options for single view or dual view. That way you can view both cameras at once or record activities with both cameras at the same time. The wide angle lens does feature a 130-degree field of view, but you're going to be able to see everything around the camera due to the 360-degree pan and tilt function. This will pan 360 degrees and it can tilt up to 70 degrees, so you're not going to miss anything that comes into frame of the camera. With the pan and tilt, you're able to set up 4 favorite spots. This comes really in handy when I'm trying to keep an eye on my dog Chewy, as there are a few places in the living room where we can always find her. She's either on the recliner chair, or she's over in her dog bed, or she's sitting right in my spot on the couch. If I want to make sure that my oldest is doing her homework, I can set up an additional spot further back in the kitchen using that 3x optical zoom. When you have your favorite setup, it allows you to quickly go between those spots, and you can even tell the camera to cycle through those spots occasionally so that you're always able to see what's going on in those specific areas. Of course, you can control the pan and tilt from within the application using the camera controls, but this also has smart AI tracking built in. This can track humans and pets. The sensitivity on motion tracking is up to 20 feet for smaller pets and up to 30 feet for grown adults. And I found that the motion tracking was very sensitive. Anytime we moved in front of the camera, it definitely picked that up and began to track us and follow us. And the tracking was fast and precise, so it was difficult to actually step out of the frame. So it did a great job of following me and keeping me in frame. The 4K Indoor Cam Dual has a privacy mode. You may not want the security cam to be enabled when you're home for the evening. You can enable privacy mode within the application or even set up a schedule. So if you know that you're always home between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., you can set a schedule for privacy mode. When privacy mode is activated, the camera will turn and face the wall, so it's not recording anything or tracking your motion. The 4K Indoor Cam Dual features dual band Wi-Fi 6 support, so this can connect to either 5 gigahertz networks or 2.4 gigahertz networks. Most security cameras on the market can only connect to 2.4 gigahertz. Having the ability to connect to that 5 gigahertz means that you're gonna get smoother, more stable connections between your router and your camera, and that's crucial with 4K video quality. You definitely need that more powerful connection. If your camera's gonna be much further away from your router and it's in an area where you don't have to have 4K, then the 2.4 gigahertz connection is also a great option. You can make those adjustments in the application. Other notable features include two-way communication. You're able to communicate from room to room or from your application to the camera, whatever room it happens to be in. That two-way communication is virtually lag-free with good, clear quality.
Hi, guys.
Hey man, can you hear me pretty good? One of my favorite features of all of my eufy security cameras is the fact that they don't require a monthly subscription to cloud services. The 4K Indoor Cam Dual features a micro SD card slot that supports up to 128 gigabytes SD cards. This is enough to save months worth of event recordings or even days worth of 4K continual recording. Overall, if you're looking for a super high quality indoor security camera with pan and tilt functions and even AI motion tracking, then the 4K Indoor Cam Dual is definitely the option for you. My favorite feature is definitely that dedicated telephoto lens. I really do think this is a game changer when it comes to indoor security cameras. I'll be sure to include a link in the description of where you can find out more information about this camera and purchase one for yourself. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.